With all the dark, scary things happening in the world right now, you might be feeling heavy, maybe even hopeless.
But beneath the surface, there's something very powerful happening.
It's
an awakening.
I'm Jay Pryor, spiritual seeker, life coach, and teacher.
And I'm Megan Lee, a 7th generation seer and medium. We're bringing our gifts to this present moment,
exploring our own awakening and talking with leaders, healers, and visionaries who are helping others wake up as well.
We're also diving into the neuroscience of the woo-woo, exploring how science is finally catching up with the spiritual and helping explain it.
We believe that what we focus on expands and that we are all deeply connected.
Welcome to your awakening.
Today we're talking about holidays coming up.
Holidays.
Yes, all of the fucking holiday music.
It's hard for me not to break out in song. Sorry.
You what?
It's hard for me not to break out in song. Like,
Yeah.
my brain immediately goes, "Happy holidays!"
Yeah.
Yes, that cheesy bastard.
And the Barry Manilow voice too, like
Happy holidays. That should be a little bit more crooner, but Barry Manilow's okay. Yeah, I'll do some Manilow. But yeah, yes. So we're talking about holidays.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes. So what would you give as a coach, advice for, 500,000 viewers who are going to walk into their family gathering and they feel that the veil is really thin. They feel that their emotions are already on a 10 and fragile in several different ways. And they feel the obligatory bring a pie and don't look like shit when you get to my front door happens.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that we've been talking a lot about spiritual hygiene, or have we? Feels like we have, but we should be. And so first of all, that I think the hustle and bustle of the holidays when you're trying to, if you buy into it, because you can buy into it or not, or you can buy into it as much as you want. But let's be clear, it's a choice. First of all, whether you're going to buy into it or not. We have little kids, so we've bought in. Jessica enjoys the holidays of the kind of hustle and bustle, but boy, can it take you out of your practice, right? Because you have all this extra stuff piled in, you have extra events happening, you have extra parties, you have blah blah blah, church stuff, so it can take you out of your doing your grounding and spiritual work. So first of all, take care of yourself in all the ways and do your best not to let that drop off, because there's so much more. For me, there's more opportunities for sugar. It's getting darker out, so it gets dark faster, so I can't ride my bike as often. So there's all these opportunities to fall off the wagon of taking care of myself the way I do to make myself feel good. In my book, I call it your happiness formula. The stuff that you do all the time that kind of is maintenance. We've been calling it spiritual hygiene. So that's really important. But also there's like really practical things, like no is a full sentence, so it's okay to say it. 2, if you do decide to go engage with people, especially if you feel like first of all, we want to make sure to pre-pave it in advance that's going to go well. One of the things that human beings don't always understand is when you're projecting, when you're worried about how something's going to go and you're actually fantasizing in your head of all the scary things that are going to happen, you're projecting into the universe all these possibilities of negativity. And you have just as much chance as having something go positive as you could negative if you pre-pave it and you put as much energy into it. That's not as easy because the grooves are to go towards trauma or fear, especially, certain times of year. And so you got to be really intentional about making sure we pre-pave that if we do decide that we're going, that it's going to go well. But also there's really practical things like take your own car. I mean, for real, I never go anywhere without my own car or the means to Uber out. No kidding. Like, that's just a real simple thing. Like, it's okay to go for as long as you want and decide I got to scoot if I want to scoot, you know? And so I think the big thing is like that whole world of as classically trained females and the overfunctioners that we can be. Um, it's that whole world of like making sure that we are in alignment with how we want to move through and not to give any credence at all to other people's concern. I mean, obviously, we want to be kind and be ourselves, but we don't have to perform for anybody. You know, it's like it just doesn't matter. When I was in my 20s, I started doing holidays with my friends rather than my family or my chosen family. You know, queer people, a lot of them don't have family anyway. So I started hanging out with my friends who weren't going to family anyway. And for me, those are way more fun, you know, to hang out. And then I still go see my family. I have a lot of family. I love my family. But a lot of times I'll spend holidays with friends at that time in my life. Now that I have kids, I'm back to spending more time with my family. But that can change. I think it's like choose what makes you feel good. It's your time off. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Those are all really good. And I love how you spoke about the prep work to events and to and through the holidays.
Uh-huh.
I am a huge prepper. I prep and not necessarily like I'm gonna pre-bake a pie and freeze it. It's more
Right.
like I'm gonna make sure that I have the scent or the essence with me or like packed or made that I'm going to be using to reset myself and to reset there we go. Sorry, I lost you there for a bit.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was on my end. It said it was trying to reconnect. I think that my internet did something weird.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but all
mine's
of
gonna
that
cut out.
you were talking was like rah, 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 and garbled. So,
Yeah, let's try that again.
yeah.
I loved how you spoke about preparation and preparing to go into the holiday season or in with holiday events. And I'm a big prepper and I love to prep things and I'm a planner, but I'm not like a prepper like pre-bake a pie and then freeze it. It's more like I prep to make sure that I have something that is going to detox my energy outside of their energy. And whether that's peppermint oil or lemongrass or whatever, I have a smudge, I have a tea, I have my own care packet with me, so that anytime I need to go to the bathroom or take a cousin's walk, if you know, you know, that I get to step away from the group and then be back inside of my own self so that I can then do whatever else I need to do. And you know that this is coming, like you know who all the players are, so you're able to really set yourself up for success of what is it that you would need for you to feel comfortable in that situation. Is it driving your own car? Is it taking a dish that you know that you will eat because nobody's going to, even if it's a main course, it's okay for you to take enchiladas to the family Thanksgiving or any other gathering, Christmas, whatever it is. Like it's okay for you to take what you are able to eat and consume so that you don't have to consume somebody else's hatred or anger or any of that. And then I also, for myself, I have hard out times
Yep.
so that everybody already knows that I'm probably going to be one of the last people there and first ones to leave. Sorry, it's my out time, y'all know.
Uh-huh.
And that's okay. making a lot of things okay is a
Uh-huh.
thing. And then I would also like refer back to I want to say it was the second or third episode in our first season, that is hijacked versus triggered. And when you get hijacked, when you get triggered, what are those the next steps?
Yep.
Because those are all very, 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 very real as well.
Yeah. Agree. And one of the things that I notice with my clients is I don't know whether it's the holiday season or the especially for white people, that white Norman Rockwell thing that you're supposed to Christmas is supposed to be like. I don't know what the fuck it is. But I will
Mhm,
tell you that with my clients, there is a heightened level of expectation that they have around family time
mhm,
that always falls short. Like it just always falls short
mhm.
what they think it's supposed to look like, I think.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there is a truth, and this can be a little, in your face maybe, but there is a truth that your happiness is directly proportionate to your expectations. And so don't expect people who have been dysfunctional your whole life to not be dysfunctional at Christmas time. Like they're going to be who they're going to be. Like they're not going to, transform overnight.
Mhm.
So also know, just like you said, you know who you're coming to see, right? You know
Yeah.
these people. Love them anyway if you can, but like let's not pretend like they've gotten enlightened overnight. And if they have, hallelujah, right? But
Mhm.
um, that's not who they are if that's not who they are. And so, at least right today. So we can hold the highest watch for that and also be real about what their expectations of us are
Right.
or what their
Yeah.
expectations of themselves are, you know?
That.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, with my siblings, we love each other so much and we love to be together. We laugh our asses off together. We have a great time, but we also fall right back into some of those old roles and patterns that we have because we can't not. You know what I mean? It's that.
Mhm.
It's like it's just the family dynamic is the family dynamic. So I can make that wrong, or I can just decide to, not take it personally and not, you know, just love them anyway. You
Yeah.
know, and do my best to stay present and not, because sometimes I can pile on to that situation, not even knowing it. I'm getting
Mhm.
into my own role, which is, I'm the youngest, I'm the mascot, um, kind of role. And I could talk up, like all kinds of things. So my point is if I can stay present and in love the whole time, then I also, can come out of there knowing I didn't at least also do any harm.
Mhm.
Because I think for
Mhm.
me, that's also important that I don't pile on to other family members who may be triggered. And sometimes I can, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's really good. Because my family's not the sweep shit underneath the rug, right? It's when everybody gets in the room, we're pulling up the rug, we're beating it to death. And then we're gonna talk about all the shit that's flying in the air and nobody can breathe, and it doesn't matter. You need to stand there and fucking take it because we're talking about that right now.
Right.
So it can get intense. And especially if you haven't been around a family who will call every member of its family out in front of everybody, regardless of what day it is of the week. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You think that this is going to be hushed because it's a holiday. You were very wrong.
Yeah.
So, being able to walk in there with a bucket full of grace, you know,
Yeah. I
for
like that.
you
For
and for
them.
them.
You and for them too. Yeah. It's not
And
everybody stressed out the holidays.
yes.
And especially women, and especially older women, like boomer women. I have clients that are older than me who cannot not. I mean, I'm not kidding about this. Goes deep, deep, deep in them. They cannot not be responsible for the holidays. Like they want and have complaints that their husband don't do. And I mean, they don't do anything. These
Yeah.
women buy all the gifts. They wrap all the gifts. They do all the decorations. They do all the food. They do all the gifting of the neighbors. And they still do their full-time job. And they still do. I'm not kidding. I mean, this is a thing, right? They cook for days and then they come in and it's eaten by men in 5 minutes and then they have to clean up for 3 hours. You know what I mean? Like that is work. And I have had women, I had a woman one time, an executive who was from a place in Western Kansas, and she had 3 brothers and her. And she would go home and she and her mom would cook for like 2 days. And then those 3 boys would come in with their dad and they would all eat and then they would go watch football and she and her mom would clean. And she hated going home for the holidays because for her as a girl in that family, it meant that she was going to go home and work.
Be service.
Expected to work. And yeah, and be of service and be expected to work while her brothers sat on the couch and watched football.
Drinking
I
beer.
mean, it's unreal how much that's baked in to women as their job during the holidays. And I have worked with women for years where every year it might get a little easier for them to release some of the control and some of the, because it's not only on one hand, it's like it's their job and they've done it forever and they resent doing it. At the same time, I just had one tell me the other day, I was like, why don't you make him go to the store? And she was like, you know why? And I was like, right, because he won't get it right. Like he won't. There's this whole dynamic with straight people that blows my mind, but it's that binary, heteronormative weirdness that so many women are going to be dealing with this time of year, where women they're in control and they make it happen and they resent it, but they also don't want to let it go, and it's exhausting, and it just piles on. So the most if all you can do is to make one tiny change towards yourself, soothing / grace / support, because I don't want to talk about self-care, because I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about shifting this paradigm that you live into by focusing on yourself, whatever that looks like for you, a little bit every time, because I know it's baked in. I mean baked in there, Megan.
Yeah.
Baked. And it's
Yeah, I
no
get
fun.
that.
No fun for them.
My partner can trace his lineage on mother and father's side straight back to the Plymouth. And a lot of effort was put into remolding his existence, because there were many, many, many holidays where I would uh, freak out because fuck you, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was clueless.
Right. That's the stick. They're clueless.
And then I had a whole bunch of years of acting as the person to save or band-aid or mitigate what would happen if he wouldn't get it right, because
Right.
something would happen. One time he used a Pyrex with a little pea, not a big pea, put it in the oven and it blew up everywhere,
Right.
and he didn't know how to function past that. Literally stood there like a child in quiet tears, and I had to physically take him and remove him out of the kitchen, hand him a beer, sit him down, clean up the entire mess, recook Thanksgiving, and serve his family.
Ooh, damn. See? That's what I'm talking about. And
Livid.
you are you even 40 yet? Like, I don't remember how
Livid.
40 yet. You're not 40 yet. Okay, so we are
No.
talking generation upon generation.
Baked. It is baked in there.
Is
He's
baked.
40. He's 42.
Right.
and I'm the first
And, 40
person.
and those 42-year-old guys who are supposed to be so progressive, most of them still can't make their own sandwich.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
And I have taught him how to keep a household.
Yeah.
I have taught him how what you do, when you do it, how to do all of this stuff. It's shame. I don't want to say I'm ashamed because it's I shouldn't be, right? But there
Yeah.
is a part of me that's like that I've had to just recently, because my own laundry basket of shit, had to take out some of that shame and be like, why were you doing this for so long?
Right. Yeah.
And why did you disrespect yourself for so long to uphold this family? For what?
I think a lot of women are asking those questions right now. Jessica and I
They
were just
are.
that
They
the younger
are.
the Gen Zs are less inclined to want to get married and or have a man in their lives because why
And
do they
that's
want
why.
to have somebody else to take care of? And
Yes, and
and
it
that's
is like,
why I mean, I'm telling you, I've been coaching women for 20 years, and this is not a new conversation. This is like
mm-mm,
all the time. And being someone who the world takes as a man, I will tell
mhm,
you that I'm treated as someone who shouldn't have to know these things,
mhm,
and women will swoop in and take care of me, and just assume that I'm not capable or not competent. It's fascinating when I started. I mean, when the world started treating me like a dude, I was like, what? I mean,
yeah,
as a woman, you would never say those things to me. You would never let me off the hook like that. As a woman,
yeah.
but no way, man. I'm let off the hook all the time. I mean, there's
It's
always a woman who's ready to jump in and save me or make me a sandwich. I'm like, I can take care of myself, and
yeah.
I'm classically trained female, y'all. I can do it all.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the definitely the reason we have maintained an open relationship, and because I also need the feminine nurturing right back mirrored back to me,
Yeah.
because I have not been able to find that in a male. I mean, if it's out there, but I have not been able to find, sustain, or maintain that. But
Yeah.
I that's why.
They're few and far between, that's for sure. I'm not
Yes,
saying that there aren't men out there who are good at that. I mean, I know a couple of guys in their, and
yeah,
family members and friends in their 60s,
yes,
70s who are really great at it. They're nurturing,
yes,
they could take
yeah,
care of things, blah, blah. They're
yeah,
still
yeah.
cool about some
And
things.
there's also women who are on the couch watching football while their, male
Right.
counterpart is
We're not
doing all
saying
the
it's
things and
bad
running all the
or
things.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not, but I will tell you
yeah,
that it's a thing, and it is
baked in.
built in after generation after generation after generation. My mom would stay up till 4 in the morning making pies and cooking, 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 and all the girls would have to help. And then as soon as the meal was over, all the guys would go watch
And we're
football,
done.
and then we would
Which is
have to.
why now these days, my flat baseline is there is no holidays at my house.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
I
I don't
do
blame.
not holiday at my house.
Yeah,
I can go early and help or whatever, but I do not holiday at my house. It is a hard line
yeah,
that I have. I
yeah.
love
I
hosting
love to
too.
host. I love to host.
I will not host a holiday.
Yeah, I like to host all kinds of things, and my sister's a great host, and so, but man, it's interesting stuff. So you got to be
Hmm.
prepared, all of you, as it's coming. You got to pre-pave it so that get clear about what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay.
Yeah.
Decide. Hey, I mean, at our house, Jessica and I, especially around Thanksgiving. Now this year, Thanksgiving's on our kid's birthday, so we're hoping she decides what she wants to eat. But a lot of times, we're not a fan of Thanksgiving meal. Like we like the sides, so we make
Hmm.
the sides. We make the green bean casserole. We make the sweet potatoes. Like, that's what we have for dinner. We don't like turkey. I don't need a turkey.
Yeah.
So, we do what we want.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good. Good.
yeah,
I also don't do traditional Thanksgiving or Christmas because of genocide.
yeah.
Because genocide,
Let's just be clear. Exactly.
because I do not celebrate genocide,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I am the person that when you know someone says, "What's the meaning of Thanksgiving?" I will tell them the actual history.
Right.
of
Genocide. That's the
the
meaning.
genocide and the bloodshed and continued bloodshed all the way until 1960s off of indigenous people. All the way to 1960, indigenous firstborns would be taken from their house. 1968 was when a law was passed, or that was no longer a thing. And then it still continued until some states decided that they were going to actually wake the hell up and not do that anymore.
Huh.
Genocide.
Do you think that there was another, going back to the podcast we had last week, and I'm sorry if this is way off kilter here, but
It's
that's where
okay.
my mind goes. Do you think that there was a solar flare at that time that had that awakening happen?
No,
Okay.
no. I think that there was a enough in the 60s was was the point of a war, you know, peace versus war. And there was a time where it was how is Jim Crow laws going to stay in effect? Are we going to, who do we need to fight for us and how do we make that happen? And how politicians in this country work is, oh, well, let's pull up some real hard fuckery that we've been doing for a millennia and abolish it to then recruit the other category that would not normally vote for me or my cause.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no, I completely agree. The other thing too that happened that is just starting to happen now, and I know we normally stay away from politics, but I think this is interesting, is that in the 60s, uh, there was enough people with money that were in Hollywood that started giving a fuck and started raising up a fuss. And until those people get involved and give enough of a fuck to withhold their money and or put pressure on those with the money, nothing ever changes. And they're starting to do that again now. So that's good news, right?
It is. There is right now in 2025. I have been posting and reposting about the national blackout of Black Friday
Yep.
and telling people if it does not go directly back into your community, do not buy it.
Don't do it.
If it does not feed a person that you know or know of, do not buy
Do
it. It's a really good way to community. And I've had a lot of people be like, oh, well, I don't want to go to a pop-up. I have, people anxiety. You could Google small businesses in my area. There are very many, 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 many ways for you to support small businesses. There's whole small businesses right now in Kansas that are Feed Kansas,
Mhm.
and that you could go get things not like a turkey, but soup. And there's so many things out there to support you other than the quote unquote traditional way to shop and to feed. And my suggestion for everybody in this holiday is to wake the fuck up and stop being your normal convenient ass self, for you to be a convenience to someone else, for you to conveniently live into the system that has been set up for you, because that convenience was a lot of times built off of not you, your family, and it was on the backs of lots and lots and lots and lots of bloodshed,
Mhm.
unnecessary ass bloodshed. And I tell people a lot when they come to me in this time of, why do you feel anxious in the air, even if you're not going, even if you've already lived with your soul family and you only go to your soul events, why feel anxious? And a lot of times I tell people for two very distinct reasons. One, after we had the equinox leading up to the solstice is when the veil starts thinning and thinning and thinning and thinning and thinning. So therefore, there's a lot of energy available that is not usually available. Plus, everybody's shopping buzz. So anybody who has any type of ism and or energy sensitive or empathic or any of that, they will feel heightened at this time of year. And then the other reason is that when you build a business off of a lie, you will always be able to feel the frequency of that lie on top of your business. This country is a business. It was created off of a lie. And this holiday, the next holiday, this holiday season has either been taken by others outside of this country and renamed, or it has been built to cover up a massacre and put in the name of freedom, except for that's never been a truth. So that residual energy flows through. And when we as humans go back to our family's house, which reverts us back to a thing, you get reverted back to a residual energy. So then all of the sudden, there's an energy buildup on top of you, and you get rolled. And that's why it's so important to have that bucket full of grace. It's so important to have those energy detoxes, the things. How are you going to get yourself recentered back to the thing, knowing how are you going to realign yourself and what is your truth? And what are you going to move off of going forward? And just know that that doesn't have to be anyone else's expectations, whether it's your country's expectations, your community's expectations, your society's expectations, or your family's expectations, or the expectation you put on yourself that was fucking fake.
Hmm. There you go, friend. Thanks for bringing it back full circle.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing. And I do wish everybody during this time is so magical that if you have the time to then look at what else is out there during this time, there are very many practices out there that do help with um, all of the real feelings that are in an esoteric way. Jay spoke of one time, leading up to the solstice or going from the solstice to Christmas Day, what you're going to work on yourself for, writing things on papers, burning them, leaves, bringing in the firs and the pines to help cleanse or cycle. And I hope that people do take this opportunity to go find something new, go find a tradition that you had no idea existed, and explore it and try it out and bring a new tradition to you.
Yeah, I love making new traditions. Jessica and I have our own that our family's created over the years, and it's been real
Mhm.
nice to make those every year. It's been great. So,
Nice.
yeah. So, are we going to just see each other next year? Are we taking a break?
Yeah. Yes.
Speaking of the
w-
holidays, folks,
the holidays.
happy
And
holiday.
I hope that we've given you enough to chew on and relive and redo. And is anybody still doing the gender challenge?
And if you don't, I don't know what episode that was in, but you can go back and find it. There is a gender challenge out there.
Yes.
Things, like when it's that whole gender thing that we just talked about, like that's all so part of it. Boy, the
Mhm.
holidays, what a time to be present to gender dynamics. Whew, that's
Yes.
crazy. It's crazy. So we're going
Yes.
to go on sabbatical, folks. Megan and I both have kids, and we both have travel and holidays coming up. So we're going to take a break, and we have, all the past episodes for you to go and peruse, and we hope you'll share them with your friends. And we will be back in 2026 with the Wake Up Wave with all new practitioners who are doing all kinds of cool things and new, what? I was going to say, new exciting uh, things about our own awakening as we are we're in it, folks. We're both parents, so we are awakening. on a
Yeah,
regular basis.
yeah. But also we will have, because of that experience, new tips, new tricks. We will dive deeper into things like telepathy, communication, astrology, all of those modalities, of what you may have woke up to. And the beginning of the year, it comes spring, will be a great way to wake up with us to catch the wave season 2.
All right. See ya. Thanks for catching the Wake Up Wave with us.
We hope today sparked something in you, a reminder, a question, or even a deeper breath.
If you're feeling the shift, share this episode, leave us a review, or just keep tuning in. Every wave you catch matters.
And remember, what we focus on actually expands. We are all very deeply connected.